Hey y'all, N4H here coming into Dahlonega, Georgia. There's the University of North Georgia over there. Can you see the gold dome? There you go. I'm gonna
turn right onto Georgia
gold dome.
Morrison Moore Parkway.
So I'm riding along here in Big Red with Joel, KC4WZB piloting, and we're headed out on an activation.
Turn left onto Mechanic Street Southeast.
You hear the Google girl directing us there. So we're going over to Frozen Knob, and I've never activated Frozen Knob when it was frozen, but Joel has, haven't you, Joel?
I have.
How frozen was it?
It was frozen.
Oh man,
about 8 inches of snow.
8 inches of snow. Wow. So this, I don't know if I'll get a chance to video any or take a photo, but I will tell you this: we're going to be going by a ranger, as in Army Ranger base, and they actually, the only reason there's a trail on Frozen Knob
turn left onto East
is all of their maneuvers, and so every now and then you can see shell casings from 5.56 millimeter blanks. I hope you can hear me over the Google girl there, but anyway, yeah, so sometimes shell casings are on the ground from their hikes, and you'll sometimes run into the military personnel in the area, but they're all very nice, very courteous. So that's where we're headed, Frozen Knob, and we'll be activating from there soon. And our friend Richard, N1RBD, is currently on Sassafras Mountain, which is the next one over, and he is kind enough that he's going to wait on us. We got a late start today, so Richard's going to camp out on that one for a while so we can get a summit to summit with him over on Sassafras. So catch you on the summit in a little bit. This is in, oh yeah, look at that, man. Look at the mountains out there. The mountains are calling, Joel. All right, we'll catch you in a bit. N4H. 4H here in Big Red, and there's Camp Merrill that I mentioned. Camp Frank D. Merrill. That is the Ranger training base for, they train for mountain warfare here. Now you can see we just got off of a nice paved 2-lane road with a center line, and now look what we're getting into. And I'm hearing Richard in the background. He's on Sassafras Mountain. We're going to pass right by him. He can probably hear us right now if we unhook the antenna until the finals went out. But yeah, so here we are on the Cooper Gap Road. And when we get up here to the trailhead for Sassafras, I'll point it out. This getting to Frozen is, once you know what you're doing, it's no big deal. But the very first time, finding this little road that you have to take to the trailhead is unbelievable. I mean, we were all around it and didn't know it the first time. So I'm going to point it out for you as a little bit of a reconnaissance here. Check out Big Red, just cruising on this road. This thing must have some serious shocks. It does. So anyway, we'll be there in a few minutes, and I'll video. It's kind of a major intersection on this road where you park to hike Sassafras, and I'll show you the little trick on how to find the road to get to Frozen. And you still got a ways to go, even though mileage-wise not a lot, but it takes a long time to take that little road to Frozen just because of the condition it's in. So I'll show you that in a few minutes. And 4H&H, over and out for now.
Yeah, very low audio.
4H&H here.
Barely able to pick him up.
We're less than a mile from the trailhead for Sassafras.
So I didn't work it.
That's Richard. Joel's talking to him. He's up on Sassafras, so we're practically under his antenna right now.
Try to be listening to something, but I don't have my phone. I can't get text messages or anything. But yeah, definitely we'll be doing a summit here, hopefully. Y'all gonna be running APRN, so I can kind of keep a watch on my radio.
Yeah, we'll both run it.
-7.
On -7. We got -9 running right now if you want to
let Richard know. We're letting Richard know our APRS designation. It's our call sign -7.
I think we'll
be beaconing.
I'm not sure.
Or UT 3DR.
Alright, then what about 20 or 30 minutes up to the summit?
Yeah, Roger.
Okay, so we're looking at about an hour or so.
Yep. We were estimating 12:30 start time. We're gonna be all over that.
Yeah, we ought to make that.
Roger that. All right, I appreciate it. Y'all be safe out there. I'm gonna see if I can work a few more of these jeepers.
We should be coming up to the
Appreciate
trail
you, brother.
here
What
in a
radios you
second.
running today?
ERN the keys. I've been having fun here on a VHF working these guys.
Okay, cool. Well, we will look forward to working. Boy, this road climb,
I think it's right around this curve here.
I have not been
800
up
feet,
this
turn
side
right,
of
stay on Hooper
yeah,
Gap Road.
I can see the trailhead for Sassafras.
There's right over in that direction, Sassafras Mountain. It's a fun one. Not even a long
A lot
hike.
of people on the left.
Camp up there. So
Doug and I left out here one day, and there was about 300
Turn right,
Jeeps coming up this
Your
road.
all right, so you see where the cars are there.
So
That's where
many of 'em we had
that's
to
where
go
you
the other
park
way
to
to
do
get out here.
Sassafras. Now hold on a second. I want to show them the tricky
Yeah, that
road.
happened to us one time up in Tennessee. Me and
There's
Dave
Richard's
went.
car over there, the
It was just like,
blue
Your
Ford.
destination is on
Right.
the left.
So
Magic.
look at their trail magic going on today, man. Isn't that cool? Those people are kind enough to do that. Now I want to show you. This is the road that you take. You see, there's like 5 roads coming in together. This is the road to Frozen.
M1RBD, I'll be clear.
So it's in between where you park
Doug's doing his
for
video,
Sassafras and where
giving
you
some directions on these tricky turns up
and
here.
where the Sassafras trailhead starts.
We just started down.
And man, the road gets much
Parking
more
there.
rough
I
here.
didn't even look to see if I saw where you parked.
And we still got about 7 miles to go to our trailhead.
See if my phone was over there by the car. I can't remember if I left it on the car or in the car. But
Oh, his phone's over
worried
there?
about it.
I can turn around and check, man. What's your
All right, we'll
car?
catch you in a bit. Richard thinks he left his phone on his car, so we're gonna go check on it. In 4H and
And it is not naked hiking day. That's June 21st.
Joel's pointing out somebody left their pants on their Jeep over there, belt and all. Might be nature hike.
Roger.
Look at that tree.
KC4WZ.
That one's not gonna stay much longer in the side of that little road there. So yeah, we just went back and just looked for Richard's phone around his car. He couldn't find it on the trail, so he thought he might have left it at the car. He thinks it might be in the trunk. Let's hope that's the case, because he was getting his gear out of the trunk and he thinks he might have laid it down there. So anyway, now we're gonna, it's one of those turns where you can just about read Big Red's tag number. Up there is where we just were.
With the KC4WZBQ.
Kilo 4 Bravo Golf Foxtrot, November 1 Romeo Bravo Delta.
Okay, man, another one of those kind of turns. All right, so we got about 7 miles of this kind of stuff. So check in with it in a little bit. N4 H&H. So not too far in on this road. You'll see, boy, look at the firewood he's got stacked up. It's we've been working on this cabin for quite some time now.
Working right.
Roger that. I appreciate it, Ryan.
So far, it looks like Richard's car might be able to make this. The beginning was worse than this part.
Yeah.
All right, N4 H&H. I'll check in with you in a bit. Oh, I said check in with you in a bit, but I want to show you that now we're back on pavement.
DQ Summits and Parks on the Air, November 1 Romeo Bravo Delta on Sassafras Mountain on the Appalachian
We're not
Trail.
far
DQ
from
Parks
that
and
turn.
Summits on the Air.
1.1 miles, I think is what it is.
Yeah, so you get a little paved road here for a while, and then we'll be back on dirt.
Some petrified deer
So
back there.
N4 H&H. You know, I
Last time I
apologize. I
was
thought
on
the
it,
camera was
but,
rolling when we turned onto this dirt road, but about 1.1 mile after you get onto the pavement again,
Looks like somebody scraped
you make a sharp
not too long.
back, you know, what we call it,
You're Doug back there.
dog something or other turn. What do you call that? A dog
1
tag?
mile.
Onto this dirt road. And this road is rougher than we remembered it being last time.
Hey, if you haven't, I would highly recommend
The Ford Raptor's handling it.
buggy up here.
The Baja
Boy, I
buggy.
don't know if I got any with me today. I'll check.
They're not biting or anything, they're just rotating.
Look at them, there, these switches. They're wired to the battery. You can
Roger,
hook
roger.
accessories up to it to power
Set
things.
up HF, we'll talk to you soon. And 1 RBD.
And we're
All
coordinating
right,
with
brother.
Richard.
Take care. KC4WZB. Bling, bling.
Man, this is something. All right, well, we'll just keep doing this. We got a few more miles on this kind of stuff till the trailhead. Oh man, this is getting rough, y'all. So Joel was telling me that the shocks on this Raptor adjust according to the terrain, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Man,
They're Fox FX4 shocks, I think.
yeah. Man, y'all check it out. And all kind of trails around here. Well, the military trains here. So what trails there are not really manicured. They're just there because of the foot traffic. Got some clouds in the area today, and there's a forecast for possible rain around 1 o'clock, which would be smack dab in the middle of our activation. So we're hoping we'll be able to get it in and do some HF. If not, we might have to do 2 meters and cut and run. I hate that, but we'll try if at all possible. But it's been overcast all day the whole trip here. All right, we should be in at the trailhead here in about 3 or 4 minutes. N4H and H. Wow, y'all look at that. Somebody was nice enough to come along here and cut the limbs out of the way. Ooh, caught the VHF/UHF diamond antenna there. Okay, our Google girl just gave us the warning. Our destination will be on the left. So right up there's the trail.
Your destination is on the left.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, see what I mean? It's sort of like a dirt cul-de-sac.
Yeah, several trails that cross here.
Oh, yeah, tell them, Joel.
So there's a trail that runs straight ahead down this hill. There's one right over here.
Uh-huh.
And I think there may be even another right in here. So the key is when you make this cul-de-sac turn, there's like a, that's your hill right up there. And you can see this ridge line, and it is short but straight up. But you can see there's a little bit of like a game trail. Some guys use motorcycles to go up this trail, and as Doug said earlier, the military train up here. I've actually found boxes of magazines, boxes of empty casings, and Ryan WG4I, actually his son and him hiked this one and found a full belt-fed ammo
Wow.
blanks. Pat came up here one time,
KI4SVM?
KI4SVM, and they were shooting mortars with blanks all around. And if you look it up on the SOTA page, he's actually got pictures. These guys were on like a 4-day hump, and they came through here dog tired, and they full fatigues with face paint. I mean, they looked like,
Ready for action.
sniper type guys. I'm gonna crab it in this little spot right over here, and then we're gonna head straight up.
So yeah,
through
you
the
can
woods.
see right there a faint trail. It's a hint of a trail. It's better than a hint of a trail. So we'll take it. Y'all, N4H&H here. So there's Big Red. KC4, WZB, and I are beginning the trek. You see the little faint trail here. This isn't an exceptionally long hike, but it is steep. As I recall, no switchbacks. Not much other than things like this, which just to get around the tree.
KC4WZB hijacked Doug's phone here. Wanted to show you how steep this is. I don't know that it shows up on the phone, but it's starting to climb pretty good right up here. And after this first little place where it levels off, right up ahead of Doug, camera probably didn't catch it, but that's like a 35 degree angle or more. It's a pretty significant slope up ahead of us here. First time I hiked this one several years back, had a pretty good bit of snow on the ground, and almost was a bushwhack. There's been so many motorcycles come up through here now. Very established trail. Yeah, we're starting to get to the to the real steep part. I think you can start seeing some of that. Short hike, but steep. See you on top. N4H&H and KC4WZB. Hey y'all, N4H&H here, check it out. This is what I was talking about earlier. Somebody's melted it. I've got another one of these that actually says 223 on the side. I was looking for caliber on this one. But if you look, here's where your ammo feeds out of this. And then this would clip onto a belt or something, maybe on the side of even a gun maybe, but no telling how many rounds that would hold. Wow. So like I said, you find these things spent all over the place up here.
Well, we might see some shell cases.
There's that steep hill ahead.
Yeah, y'all look at that. Cameras never do these justice. You know, you guys who hike, you know what I'm talking about. I'm holding the camera perfectly level right now. And see those rocks? We got to get past those rocks. That's a little bit tricky. Weir's coming down. All right, let me catch up with Joel because he's so fast. He's almost a double mountain goat and he hikes like a triple mountain goat. Catching a few, N4H&H. All right, Joel. The summit's right up there behind Joel, y'all.
Yeah.
But Joel wants to warn you about this other trail.
So we're about 3/4 of the way up so far, and when you come back down, there's a tendency, because there's a real pretty trail right up here where my trekking pole's pointed, and it looks like a perfectly established trail, and it goes off the side of that ridge. And for you to regain this ridge that we're on, there's a lot of pain in your forecast and a lot of briars. Doug and Wayne came back through all this in the summer green season. These briars awful, and you couldn't see 10 foot past where you were. The brush is so thick when you get down in there trying to regain this trail. So when you're coming off the summit, you want to stay to the right and come down this ridge line, no matter what the trail looks like. Just be real careful. I've mentioned it to 3 or 4 people, and I know of 3 or 4 people that have got lost up here doing it that way.
And yeah, Wayne and I were 1 or 2.
Not sure what we got, some silt fence or something tied around some trees up here,
but here's the mistake.
And hook to the left, and the summit proper is right up
Yeah,
here.
we're gonna get right up there to, well, it looks like the summit, and then the summit's over on the left. And if you follow the track that you can download from SOTA maps, you'll be fine. But Wayne and I got up here and got confident. You know, you get up here and you go, well, I know which way I came up, so I'll just go back that way. And that's how we got messed up. Make sure you're on the track and you won't get off on the wrong trail. We wound up so far down, we didn't want to have to hike back up. So we had to hike this steep summit sideways in the worst part of it. I mean, this steep mountain. So just be sure and follow the track. And N4H&H here, arriving at the summit of Frozen Knob. There's Joel. All right, we're going to start making our contacts. Yeah, I just finished working 6 or 7 contacts on 2 meters. There's KC4WZB all set up with his IC-705. That's his new beast. Look at that. There's his little Bio-Reno battery. And look at that Morse paddle. That's an American Morse. He's a wizard on that thing. So let's check out his setup. Oh, hey, okay, hang on, y'all, hang on 1 second. Hey, Gordon, yeah, I'm not picking them up right now. Let me see if I can reorient my antenna and get him. Thanks a lot for the relay. Tell him to hang on about a minute. Let me get this HT off my backpack. N4H&H. So there's, look how Joel secured his winder slash unun, and then there's his antenna wire. He's got his mast pole strapped to this tree over here. Let me go over there and let you see that setup. Alright, so there's where he's got it strapped to that tree. He's got a nice robust tree to do it to there. So that's the NY4G in-fed half-wave portable. You can get those at www.NY4GEFHW.com. NY4G. Sorry about the chatter there in the background. Let me move the mic. NY4GEFHW.com. Phenomenal antenna. Great for SOTA work. Okay, I'm gonna get my HF set up. 73 from N4H&H. I gotta shoot this video for my friend Austin, K4TDI. I just worked him. Austin, that's how I had to hold the radio to get you. That's where I had you the strongest. Austin was mobile in Duluth, Georgia. And I'm up here on Frozen Knob, way, a long ways from Austin. Have to check the mileage on that, but I don't know. It's gotta be 50 miles plus or minus. On VHF, y'all, don't always think that you got to hold the antenna straight up. It's crazy sometimes. Hey, y'all. N4H&H here, sending CQ right now, CQ SOTA. Here's my setup. There's the winder unun. Antenna's going up that way, not even very high. I'm up here on Frozen Knob. Joel's up there on a little higher up than me, but I'm still way within the activation zone. Just wanted to get away from Joel so we wouldn't interfere with one another. All right, I think somebody's coming back to me. N4H&H here. So all I did, I just came down here to hook up the connection here. See, on this antenna, you disconnect that black clip there, that's Anderson power poles, to work 30 meters. Out there's the end of the antenna. So it's a 40 meter half wave, in-fed half wave. So the other bands you work without doing anything, but for 30, you just unclip that. So now I'm gonna come back up here and I can try some of the other bands. I've already worked 30 meters and I spotted. I may or may not spot for any of the other bands. I think I'm just gonna chase from summit to summit now. So if you're wondering, why am I not gonna spot on the other bands? Why am I just gonna chase summit to summit? Well, Joel's with me. He's right up there. I don't know if you can see him, but he's already worked 7 megahertz. Well, 40 meters, 20 meters, and 60 meters. So he got our close-in friends, and so there's no need for me to do that. And we're trying to stay clear of one another. So that's why I did 30. So I was staying off his harmonics. So now I'm going to try just to hunt and pounce and chase them summit to summit. Hey y'all, N4H&H here. So good activation of Frozen Knob. I wound up with about 30 contacts, 31 I believe. And we're headed back down now. And Joel's pointing out, this is the area where you can get messed up. You see that trail there? Fortunately, somebody's put some logs here. You do not want to take that trail. You'll just go down into swampy area, nowhere near where you parked. So just be careful. Do not take that trail. Here's your trail. You see how you can get messed up? But when I came the last time and we took this trail, there was no logs here. So just be really careful. Make sure you Yeah, you see that over there? That is not your trail. This is not the trail that you're looking for. Hey y'all, I bring my own bear repellent. I want y'all to hear it. No kidding. Joel has scared at least 2 bear with that. And I always tease that he scared the bear so much he probably went and looking for some Charmin. But one of them was in the dark. And what made it so funny is Joel had his headlamp on, and then he made that train whistle. Bear thought there was a train coming through. So anyway, had to get that on film because I've mentioned that to some people and never did get it recorded. All right, we'll keep on heading down from Frozen Knob. So y'all, one more thing about this missing the trail. You see how this one bears to the right? This is your trail. The other one's right over there, and look, it looks like, it makes sense, doesn't it? It looks like you want to go down the ridge line, but you do not want to go down the ridge line. You look back at that. You want to bear off to the right. So, and we're continuing to bear to the right. Just don't want any of y'all to get messed up like W4KWM and I did. Hey y'all, one more warning on this trail here. Let me turn around. We're headed down, but let me turn around and show you something. You see right there, and in the summertime, it's much more pronounced. There's a split here in the trail. I know it's not well defined. You know, there's the summit right up there. You want to bear right. Think of it this way. Going up, you want to bear right when there's a choice. Coming down, you want to bear right when there's a choice. Because that one there, it'll get you there, but it's steep. So just be careful of that. Hey, all right, Joel's making a good point here. You see that big piece of tree there? Here's where it came from. Okay, Joel, tell him, man.
You got to be careful when you're camping, looking for widowmakers. And widowmaker's obviously a dead tree. Hard to tell in the wintertime very much, but in the summertime you can tell a dead tree. And you can look around it for signs of woodpeckers and termites and pests and things like that deteriorating the tree. But that tree would have looked healthy, and when it fell, it was full of leaves. Not sure that you'd have been able to determine, but if you had set a tent up right in here or a hammock between those 2 trees right there, and the wind came up and the top came out, you'd be no more. So
yeah, it's obvious that those leaves were green when that came down.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah, you got to watch out for widowmakers when you're up here doing this. Don't always just be looking down. Yeah, somebody made us some steps. Okay. All right, well, thanks for coming along with us. This is N4H&H with KC4WZB up there in front. Yeah, Joel's making a good point here. So, you know, we just came over that log back there where the rocks were. Look at this. The trail is not clearly defined here at all. But, you know, I mean, just you're more or less following the ridge line now, and that's at least something to go by. See, the problem if you take that wrong trail back up there at the top, it's a clearly defined ridge line. And it seems like the right thing to do, but it's not. So be careful navigating this one. And like I said earlier in the video, you know, it's better if you download the track from the SOTA Maps page and keep on that, keep your little arrow on that line. Hey y'all, N4H&H, and here we are back at Big Red at the trailhead, and yeah, look at that. Kind of reminds me of the last time when W4KWM and I were coming down. There was a storm headed right for this mountain, and we were lost. If you watch the video from that trip, we had taken that wrong trail, okay, that I mentioned, and then the storm was bearing down on us. Joel came over here with Big Red, being available in case he needed to come do a search and rescue. And W4GX Gordon up in Murphy, North Carolina, was listening out to be sure that we were safe and that we got back to the truck okay. And we were praying, and I kid you not, God answered our prayers. The storm that was bearing right down on and it was a serious storm. It was bearing right down toward this summit, and it got near it about a mile or so and skirted around. So anyway, thanks for coming along with us today on our expedition to Frozen Knob. And Joel's out there. He's actually across the way there exploring one of the other trails. But appreciate you coming along, and this is N4H&H saying 73 from, there it is back that way, from Frozen Knob.
Lots of side trails.
Yeah, and there's trails everywhere up here, y'all.
Awesome. KC4WZB.
All these down trees.
Y'all going out a different way?
And by the way, y'all,
Well, we
see the
may-
windshield? It's drizzling.
We may go out to 60 off of Gaddis
We're
Town.
down
It's
the mountain
probably
just in
closer.
time. Joel's talking to
I'm
N1RB.
thinking
He's
about going out and
back
checking
down
out a new hospital I found out about.
Sassafras. Yo, we're having fun in the Baja Mobile. Got the windows down, man, this mountain air. This makes it worth it, y'all. Doing SOTA, the mountain air, just getting the breathe mountain air. And since it's raining a little bit, drizzling it has been, you can smell the rain in the air, man. It's awesome. If y'all don't do SOTA yet, man, you got to. Check this out, man. This is fun. The Baja Buggy. Oh, Big Red's having a good time. Oh, that was awesome. Hey, y'all, N4H&H here. So here we are back at
Continue for 1.5 miles.
the paved road, which we will. Now you're gonna go left?
I'll show you.
Okay, we're going a different route than we came in. So we won't go back toward Cooper Gap.
Head east on Gaddis Road. In 1,000 feet, make a U-turn.
So, oh yeah, this girl doesn't like it. All right, we'll let KC4WZB do the navigation here. N4H&H clear. Yeah, we got off the mountain just in time. And we got the rain now. And Joel's taking us back a different route. It only adds a few minutes to the trip, but we get to travel on more paved road here. So that's good. All right, thanks a lot for riding along with us on our expedition to Frozen Knob. 73 from N4H&H.